Right, we're going to solve practice problem number 8 from note 6.2. So we're told when an airplane leaves the runway, its angle of climb, that's like an angle of elevation, is 12 degrees, and its speed is 361 feet per second. We're asked to find the plane's altitude after 1 mile. So I'm going to make a sketch to help us figure out how to solve this problem. So I'm going to draw the ground. I'm going to draw the path, the flight path of the airplane. So its angle of climb is 12 degrees. So I'm going to draw it more than 12 degrees so that I have room to write. And we know that the plane is flying for 1 minute at 361 feet per second for 1 minute. We're not told the length, and we're asked to find the plane's altitude. So the altitude is going to be the vertical side of this triangle. I'm going to call that X. So if we could figure out one of the other sides, we could determine the height or the altitude of the plane. So we should be able to figure out how far the plane travels. So that will be the hypotenuse, because we know its speed and we know the time it's traveling. So we know that distance is equal to rate times time. So here for the plane, the speed or the rate is 361 feet per second, and the plane is traveling for 1 minute. I want to keep the units the same, so I'm going to use 60 seconds instead of 1 minute. So the time is going to be 60 seconds. So that means that the plane is going to travel 361 times 60, which is 21,660 feet. So this is our hypotenuse, is 21,660 feet. And using that equation, distance equals rate times time, we can find the hypotenuse, which means that we should be able to determine the altitude of the plane. So let's think about the triangle in terms of the 12-degree angle that we know. So the hypotenuse is 21,660 feet. The side length we'd like to know that we've labeled X is the opposite. So the trig ratio that relates the opposite and the hypotenuse is sine. So we're going to use sine of 12 degrees is the length of the opposite side, which we called X, over the length of the hypotenuse, which is 21,660. So that means the altitude X is 21,660 times the sine of 12 degrees. And if you enter that into your calculator, you'll find that X is 4,503.4 feet. So the answer is the altitude of the plane is 4,503.4 feet after 1 minute.